Chayil is a woman empowerment network, and it is a spin-off from my book, Stop Shrinking Back. And the Stop Shrinking Back book is a devotional memoir where I open up about a lot of my fears and some of my insecurities and disbelief. And I come to sort of this realization, and I come to Christ. I have my come to Christ moment where I realize that I am very powerful as long as the Spirit of Christ is within me. And in me finding myself and being empowered by the word and being empowered by women, because that's really what transitioned me or helped me as I was on this unique journey, I became stronger and empowered, and I really wanted to encourage other people in general. The book is really for men and women and children, but it made me kind of focus on single mothers and women. So Chayil, as I mentioned, is the Women Empowerment Network, and the slogan is Stop Shrinking Back, Rise in Strength, Health, and Wealth. I am a family nurse practitioner with my doctorate, and I have my own practice. I have a primary care practice in Westchester, New York, and I am very passionate about all things health and wellness. Wellness is all encompassing. So what I use are these 8 dimensions of wellness tenets. And those 8 dimensions are what I believe equate to wellness. And because I do that in my practice and I do that with my own patients, it's important for me to encourage women who are interested in joining the network to know that their health is more than just their physical body. Their health is their spiritual wellness, their financial wellness, their social wellness, their occupational wellness, their environmental wellness, the physical as well, the emotional, the mental. But it is an empowerment network to remind women and how they can rise in strength and rise in faith. Community is huge. We just spoke about community and the value of community. I grew to appreciate on my journey, and I speak to that in my book. It is within communities that I know we heal best. So the mission of Chayil is, as I said, to empower women in general, but especially single mothers, women of color, young women, and women in business. And the focus is just to empower women to thrive in mind, body, and spirit. So holistically, rooted in faith, of course, and empowered within the community.
That's wonderful. Do you want to talk a little bit about what you're doing, what you're providing for people through this project?
Sure. So about maybe 3 weeks ago, I hosted my first retreat. So one of the goals of Chayil is to provide these support groups. So that's with seminars, that's with retreats where we can also, have these educational moments where we're screening and assessing, of course, the areas of dimension, and then providing the education and resources needed to optimize everyone in those areas of wellness. So that's just one of the goals, is to kind of bring women together from all walks of life to attend these gatherings. And then also one part of Chayil is to optimize the financial wellness as one dimension. So with donations, we're able to not only kind of launch these retreats and these gatherings throughout the year, but we're also able to come up with something called chama, which is very unique. And I learned this through a very close friend who is from Kenya. And in one of her speeches, actually, at the seminar that we had this fall, she spoke about the value of community. And she spoke about a community organization that they have in Kenya, that women come together and they pretty much pool their money. It's called table banking or chama, but they put all their money together at a table. And at this table, and from this money that everyone pulls together, they're able to help other women in need. They're able to help families and children and husbands in need. And as soon as she kind of educated us on this principle that they have in Kenya, I knew it was something that Chayil needed to really hit the ground running with. So that's just a few of the goals of Chayil.
Yeah, that kind of ties into the next question pretty well. What has been a exciting or meaningful moment throughout this process? Like the way you're describing this table community is coming together and bringing their resources together for the betterment of others. That's a very beautiful, touching moment. Has there been any moment throughout this process of creating this project that has been especially meaningful?
Oh, yes. I think it's definitely with the testimonials. A lot of times comes into our spirit and we're obedient to that spirit. it and we do the things. So we're doing all the things. It started with a book, it started with journaling, really, maybe over 20 years ago for me. It started with sharing my testimony. It started with me just being vulnerable and sharing and doing these different things. The most meaningful part of all of this is to hear from one of the women, and we've heard from so many from the launch of the first seminar, but how they left feeling empowered and they left feeling restored. They felt feeling seen. They didn't want to leave the retreat that we had 2 weeks ago. Many of the women just had a moment to just release, whether it be release emotions, whether they were grieving, whatever it was, but they had that moment. They had a sacred space where they were able to just let their shoulders down, just be heard and be seen. So the feedback has been amazing. And every time someone they fill out the evaluations or they share how the retreats have made them feel, or even reading the book has made them feel. I've had people that have come to me and they're like, your book was amazing. I was able to kind of see myself in each chapter. I can write a similar story based on the chapters that you wrote. So I think those are the most meaningful moments right now, is just knowing the impact that this is all having.
That's beautiful. I'm wondering if you would like to talk a little bit about what the future looks like, what the road ahead looks like.
It was one of those late night, just kind of, I had this stream of ideas that I always have, and has me just kind of trying to figure out how to be better and how to just be a blessing to others. And I've always thought about forming a nonprofit. You know, where I am right now, I am a single mother. I have 4 children. I have a lot of things that I'm doing, and financially I was not really in the space to start my own nonprofit. And I think it just started with a Google search. I don't really clearly remember, but as soon as I saw Do Good and I researched the organization, I think it was like the next day. I think I sent the email or whatever, like that night or that early morning, and I received the email reply like the next day, and the rest is history. Partnering with Do Good has allowed me to bring these ideas to life a lot sooner. I am more hopeful that things can happen now.
Yeah.
Versus like, in 5 or 10 years, I'll start this thing, or I'll save enough money to start. I just feel like Do Good has kind of helped catapult Chayil into this arena where we can actually do good.
I love that.
Do more good.
And so, what does that future look like now that, like you're saying, it doesn't seem so distant, it doesn't seem so unassailable. It feels now and
It is
moving.
now.
So how do you see the next year or so with Chayil?
I am so excited, as you all know, because I'm like, if there's a way I can volunteer to help you guys, I'll do it. But the future looks bright with Do Good because we were able to receive the donations sooner than later, and we are able to launch all these programs with the help of funding, of course. So for the next year, it's funny, just about an hour ago, we are planning for the summer, in 2 months, we're planning another summer event, another educational brunch where we can educate the areas of wellness again, but honing in on financial wellness. That kind of came by demand. It was a lot of women that weren't able to attend the retreat, and they're like, what's next? What's next? So the momentum is building. Attended the events, from those that have read the books, that those are also just kind of watching and seeing this thing grow. And as we grow, you guys are here to support the movement, which feels great. It feels like community.
That's awesome. So for anybody that is watching this, or people that you want to share this with, where can they go to help fund Bill's project? Where can they go to find more about you and to help create what it is that you're bringing forward?
Yeah, so it would be the Do Good funding page, right? Your landing page for sure. You can definitely find working on the website as we speak. I've had some meetings on Monday with a web developer, so that'll happen soon. But right now you can find me at yourdoortohealthandwellness.com. You can find me also on Zocdoc, on IG _@yourdoor. I'm a Google search away. My name is Dr. Stephanie Chambers, and you can find stopshrinkingback.com. That's actually the book's website.
So I think the last question that we'd like to finish with is, what would you say to someone who wants to create a project or wants to dig into a cause, but they don't really know how to start?
That's how it started for me. I was seeking, I was longing for something. I was believing that this would happen, regardless as to how. I was believing for the thing. I arrived to the door and I knocked, I sought, and the door has been opened for me. I guess metaphorically, again, I'm walking through that door, just open to all the possibilities that await and all the good things that are already flowing. They're already coming through. I'm so excited and I'm so grateful to you, Tyler. I'm so grateful to Andy and the team. Just hopeful that I can also be a blessing to do good as you are a blessing to Chayil.
All right. Do you have anything else that you want to say or talk about before we wrap up?
Maybe I think some people finding that some people are a bit unnerved when I mention the Woman Empowerment Network, and not to throw shade at men, but I just want to make this clear that a strong woman, as we know from Proverbs 31, the Chayil woman, Eshet Chayil is a Hebrew name and it means woman of valor. And that is found over 200 times in the Bible, but it's also found in Proverbs 31:10. That proverbial woman is the key to her family. She's a blessing to her family. She's a blessing to her husband and a helpmate, right? As we know from the story of creation. So in empowering women, we are empowering the world. We're empowering unity. We're empowering families. We're empowering our children, and we are empowering our men. And we're able to be so much better and show up so much better and whole for them all.